So hello and welcome everybody. Myself CMA Sanket Pandit. Hope you all are safe and doing well. Today it's a proud moment for me and for all of us because today we have with us the one and only super girl of CMA profession who has grabbed the highest package in the history of campus placement. I heartily welcome you, Rohini. How are you?
I'm very well, Sanket. How are you?
I'm absolutely
And thank
fine.
you for such wonderful introduction. I don't think I deserve all of the compliments that you have just said. And I believe that, I'm not worthy of all of these compliments, but still thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for inviting me on your channel. So my journey started with your videos only. So, I think it has come a full circle now. Yes. So thank you so much.
Okay. Rohini, everybody is excited from you to know how was your CMA journey, how you achieved this milestone, how you came or how you reached so far. So I have a lot of questions lined up. So with your permission, can I start to ask you the questions?
Yes, please do.
So my first question is, please tell us a little about your background, from which city you belong and when did you join CMA profession, or how did you know about CMA course?
Okay. So actually, I started my intermediate, like a CMA intermediate first group in December 2018. And my final last exam was in December 2021. So actually, I was born and brought up in Delhi only, but my hometown is in Kerala. And I'm sorry, what other question did you ask?
How did you join CMA course? How did you came in CMA?
Yeah. So actually, my father introduced the CMA course to me. Unfortunately, I was not aware about it. But, he told me that it's an amazing course and he knows a lot of people who have completed CMA and are doing great in their careers. So I went online and I researched about the course and I found that it's absolutely amazing. The curriculum that it offers is absolutely great. So I decided to go ahead with it.
Okay, thank you. My next question is whether you are an All India rank holder and have you attempted both the groups of intermediate and final in one go, or have you attempted single group?
Okay, so I am actually All India rank 3 in CMA final.
Okay.
In intermediate, unfortunately, I did not secure any rank because I gave it single group at a time. I had a lot of apprehensions about my own capabilities while I was attempting for intermediate. Thankfully, I decided to go for both groups in final because that helped me a lot. And so single group in intermediate and both groups in final.
Okay. So my next question is, from where did you do your articleship and what was the duration for the same?
Okay, so my articleship was from BSES Yamuna Power Limited. And I'm really grateful that I got an opportunity there because it was a life-changing experience for me as well. And the duration was the mandatory duration that you are required to do as per the CMA guidelines, that is 6 to 7 months. That's all I have done. I do not have any other experience, so basically I'm a fresher.
Okay. So my next question is, Rohini, do you think articleship and exposure to practical thing is important and has helped you to grab this opportunity in campus?
Yes, definitely. Because, if you don't go through your articleship, then you're not even going to develop the kind of skills that you need and the skills that every interviewer is looking for in you. Once you qualify the CMA profession, they are going to look at you as a profession, not as professional and not as a student. So, that kind of experience you gain only after completing your articleship. So definitely with respect to the PFC interview, which I faced, I think BSES gave me a lot of leverage in that as well because I had prior experience of working in power distribution company. So I think that helped me a lot to get through the interview of PFC. And secondly, I believe that articleship becomes all the more important because it shows that you are honest, and the amount actually the mandatory time period for CMA articleship is around 6 to 7 months only, right? Now it has been increased to 1.5 years. Right. So only 6 months was applicable to me. So I completed it. It also shows that you are honest and you follow all the guidelines and everything. So if you don't complete it and you just lie on your resume, so they will find out at the moment you start speaking about the company. So please don't lie in your resume. Complete it honestly, and it will definitely give you the edge that you require in any interview that you have to face, not just campus placement but off campus as well.
Right. So my next question is, when you qualified the examination, were you worried that will I get a job, or were you a little anxious, nervous?
Definitely, I was. When I completed my CMA final, I was very happy that I secured All India rank. And after that, I wasn't very anxious at that point of time, because I was like, if I've gotten a rank, then there is almost a 90% chance of me getting into any good company in the campus interview. But actually, what happened was that in the pre-placement orientation program, there was this one teacher, with all respect, he actually said that it's long gone are the days that rank holders get into campus placements. It's experience that matters, and you have to have at least 1 to 2 years of experience. Otherwise, there is no possibility of you even getting shortlisted for campus interviews. So I got anxious at that point of time. It was very difficult for me to change my thought process and bring it back on track, because I was so anxious and I was so frustrated by the fact that I've worked so hard to get All India rank, and if I don't get shortlisted in any companies in the campus interview, that is going to just break my heart. So yeah, I actually was quite nervous and I was quite anxious, but I'm really grateful that things worked out in my way. So even if or any student who are listening to me who have secured All India rank and they believe that you need to have experience, if you have experience, well and good, but if you don't have it, just grab all the knowledge that you have, be able to speak very well, be able to convey all of your thoughts clearly to the interviewer, and all the knowledge that you have gathered while studying as well, and other financial newspapers, etc., whatever you read. So if you are able to convey that well, then in that case, I'm sure that you will get through the interview. And with respect to the shortlisting, if you have ranked a lot of companies, I don't think I can count the number of companies, but they had this criteria that they want either rank holders or first attempt, whoever has cleared first at the exams in first attempt. So yeah, so that was one of the criteria mentioned in a lot of companies. So other students, you don't have to get disheartened by this, because there were some companies who were not looking at all of these criteria. So there is a chance for everyone in the campus interview. So don't get disheartened by the fact that you did not get a rank or anything of that sort. Of course, you have to work hard to get a rank, and even if you don't get it, there is no problem, because everyone will get an opportunity in campus placement. You will get shortlisted by at least 2 to 3 companies, and that is there. Everyone in my batch has got shortlisted, no matter how many attempts they took to clear the exam. So yes, do not worry about getting a job, because campus placements are open for all.
So my next question is regarding your campus placement. How many companies shortlisted you, and how many interviews did you attend?
Okay. So actually, I was shortlisted by almost all the companies that appeared for Delhi campus. So my major motive was to get into a PSU. So I shortlisted 4 companies, because the CMA placement, actually the institute does not allow you to give more than 4 interviews in the campus drive. So I shortlisted 4 companies out of the companies that had shortlisted me. So it was Power Finance Corporation, definitely. Then there was Indian Oil Corporation. Then there was Gas Authority of India Limited. And there was also Rural Electrification Corporation. So all of these 4 companies I had selected. And fortunately, I did not have to give interview in all of these companies. I just gave interview in PFC and Indian Oil. And before Indian Oil, people could go with the second round of interviews. I was selected by PFC, so which is why I went ahead with these.
Okay, that's great. So the next question is, what is the thing interviewer is seeking in young qualified CMAs? What are the things they need in a qualified person?
Okay, so that's a very good question. I suppose everybody believes that if you have gotten a rank, or if you have a lot of experience working in an industry, in a specific industry, then it is going to give you a lot of leverage in the shortlisting. It might give you, but other than that, you also need to have other skills. Like, you need to be able to communicate your thoughts very well. I've always said this, that communication skills is something that you have to work on. It doesn't come overnight. You have to work through it. And I believe this is the one thing that every interviewer is looking for in you. Secondly, confidence. If you panic in front of the interviewers, they're going to know that you are also having self-doubts. And if you are having doubts about yourself, then how are they going to hire you for their company? You know, so please make sure that you're confident enough to sit in front of the interviewers. You're qualified cost accountants. You know everything. You know, you do have the knowledge. So just be confident, have belief in yourself. So that is said. That is the second thing. And thirdly, I believe that, you know, you need to have the knowledge of whatever is happening around you. You know, you cannot just depend on your books. If you read all of your books, that definitely you are going to do, I know, because, you know, otherwise you won't be able to clear the exams, right? So all of these, besides all of these books that we have to cover in our curriculum, you have to have thorough understanding of what is happening in the economy, right? So one of the questions that was asked to me in Indian Oil was that how the sanctions of Russia on US, how the sanctions of US on Russia is going to affect Indian economy and Indian oil. So you will be able to answer that only if you have an understanding of what is happening, right? So that is very important. So these are the three things that you need to take into consideration before you appear for any interview, whether it be on campus or off.
So my next question was regarding the process of interview. What was the process of the interview in the company which you got selected? How many rounds were there? Can you elaborate a little on it?
Yeah, sure. So if I speak about Power Finance Corporation in general, they actually shortlisted only top 10 rank holders who had opted for campus placements. So the top 10 rank holders were there, so it was easier for them to conduct personal interviews of all of us. So there was just one round for Power Finance Corporation. Okay. So with respect to other companies such as Indian Oil, GAIL, REC, etc., they had shortlisted over 40 candidates. Okay. So I think they went ahead with GD, and they also conducted a GT, and then there was personal interview round as well. So it depends upon the company as to how many rounds you will have to sit for, you know, how many rounds you will have to attend before you can grab that job offer. So in PFC, it was just personal interview.
Okay. So the next question is, what was the X factor in you that helped you and you got such a huge package and you stand out of the crowd? So what was that X factor in you? What do you think?
Actually, I don't believe that I have an X factor. I have X factor, but it gets a little difficult for me to judge myself because, you know, otherwise it will be self praise. So I don't believe in that. I have gotten a lot of feedback and comments from my friends and my teachers as well that I speak very well. Fortunately, I was able to develop my communication skills in a way that actually impressed a lot of my colleagues as well as my teachers. So I think communication skill is one thing that you have to work on, and I think that has made me clear all the interviews that I appeared for, because Indian Oil also selected me, and but before I could accept the offer of Indian Oil, Power Finance Corporation came my way, so actually accepted the Power Finance Corporation offer. So yeah, I think communication skill is one thing that helped me get through the interviews, and yeah, I think the general confidence and self-belief and also knowledge. You know, I've spoken about this so many times. I think it gets a little repetitive, but these are the only things that I have worked on. I've done nothing else, just communication skills, knowledge about the economy, and confidence. That's it.
So my next question is, can you describe your CMA journey in one word?
Okay, so my CMA journey was 3 years long, right? So it would be difficult for me to, you know, concise it in a word. If you allow me, can I just speak a sentence about it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so CMA actually changed my life. It changed my life for the better. It picked me up from a place so low, and it has put me here where I never imagined to be. You know, I never thought that I would stand out of the crowd and get such a package, get such a huge package. You know, I never thought of it like that. So if I am here, it is because of my institute. If I am able to speak this way, it is because of my institute. And if I have the confidence to speak to learned people like you, then that in itself is a achievement, and that has been granted to me by my institute only. So everything has, you know, CMA has helped me achieve everything that I have right now.
Okay. So my last question is, do you have any 3 tips or 3 suggestions for CMA students?
Okay. So 3 tips for students who are appearing for final or intermediate exam.
Yeah.
Firstly, stay disciplined. Okay, discipline is very important. No matter where you are in your life, if you're a student or you're a working professional, discipline is going to help you make way for everything in life. Secondly, I believe work on your personal skills. Personal growth is very important. I think everybody right now, especially all the professionals, they all have knowledge. Knowledge is being offered to us through multiple mediums. So knowledge is never the problem. Everybody has it. But what makes you stand out of the crowd is your confidence and the way you speak, and how well you are able to express your thoughts. Secondly, that. And thirdly, I believe that CMA as a course in itself, it is so vibrant. It offers you such a holistic understanding of the entire business industry, the functioning of the economy and everything. So don't leave any topics in your curriculum. Selective study is not for us. You have to go through each and every topic that is there in your syllabus and make sure that you actually research on it as well. Maybe CMA is offering you something, if they are explaining something to you and you don't understand it, just don't leave it. Go behind it. Make sure that you spend time with your problems, analyze it, research about it, have a thorough understanding about it, because you never know what knowledge is going to help you, right? So, yes, these are the 3 things that I want to tell all the students.
And one more question I wanted to ask you: will you recommend your friends or your juniors to join CMA course?
Oh my God, definitely. I am going to go everywhere and I'm going to tell everyone that please come and join CMA, because it is such a course that will offer you everything. It has the capacity to change your life. It has the capacity to change your thought process. It will give you the kind of knowledge that you have always desired. I just can't express in words how much I am grateful that I joined CMA. So please, please, please join CMA. Don't listen to people who are going to say that maybe CMA, don't go for CMA, go for CA or CS. No, nothing at all. To be very honest, there were people in PFC interview who were also chartered accountants. But the reason that I got selected was because I have other skills as well. So the degree will only give you an opportunity to sit in front of the interviewer. After that, your degree does not play any role. That is you. That's completely you. So if you're doing one course, make sure that you give your heart and soul to it. Make sure that you study everything and make sure that you completely commit yourself to that course. And if you do that, CMA is the most beautiful course you'll come across. I want everybody to join this course, and I'm so grateful that I did. And I just can't express in words how much I am grateful for CMA.
So it was a pleasure interacting with you, Rohini. Thank you so much for sharing all the insights about your CMA journey. I am sure thousands of students and members will watch this video, will get motivated कि कुछ तो करना है life में, and you have really made all of us proud by breaking all the records of the institute in the history. So once again, I thank you so much for joining, and all the best for your future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me on your channel. And, I just want to ask a question. If you want, I can share the questions that were asked in IRFC, that is Indian Railway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I think because those questions will also help other students to, understand what kind of questions you should be knowing before you appear for the campus interview.
Right.
So my friends were kind enough to let me know all the questions. So IRFC asked questions about capital adequacy ratio, and they asked about national infrastructure pipeline, asset monetization scheme. All of these schemes and all of these things that the government has come up with right now, you'll be able to know only if you are reading a newspaper, right? Yes. So which is why I mentioned before as well, it is very important to keep yourself updated with whatever is happening in the economy.
Right.
So yes, these 3 things they asked. And then they also asked about the sales and the profit of IRFC, like on by what amount in crores, the net profit has increased,
right,
or the comparison with the previous years and etc. And GST on IRFC, share price and its valuation. So also read the annual report of the company before you appear for the interview. Very important. And what type of company IRFC is, and also what are the operations done by the company. So this is one thing that they asked, like the entire business model of IRFC, how does it work and everything. And they also asked about national railway plan that the government has come up with, and electrifying the railway route.
Right.
So, these are the type of questions that you will know only if you are aware about what is happening. Right. And also budget announcement related to IRFC. These were the questions that were asked in IRFC. So if I speak about the Indian Oil Corporation, one of my friends also got placed in Indian Oil. And the questions that were asked to him was lifetime costing or budgeting, target costing, NPV, IRR, tax saving option in dividend, that is section 80M, I suppose. And who is the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas? And what other profile is he looking other than the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas? And they were asking, if you are an experienced candidate, they would definitely ask you that why did you leave your previous employer? They are going to ask you that, so be prepared for that as well. And they asked what is the cheapest source of funds, and they also asked whether we should go for loan or we should go for owner's fund. So these are analytical questions that they expect you to know, right? And what is IOCL's pattern of sourcing funds? What is like debt equity ratio and everything. They also asked that. And what are the Schedule 3 changes in the Companies Act that has been made recently? CARO 2020. What is the similarity between GAIL and IOCL? They asked that. Yeah. And how will you recover cost in case of loss-making project? That is also an analytical question. You need to have analytical skills, right? And then there was section 115BAA and its impact in deferred tax.
Okay.
Again, very, very analytical question. Buyback and its taxation. That is also important. What are the suggestions that you would like to give your company? That is GAIL and L&T, because he had prior experience of working in GAIL and L&T. So they were asking what are the suggestions that you would give to those companies during your employment. What were the suggestions that you gave for cost efficiency? So that is the one question that they asked. And then they asked about what is the modern accounting which is being accepted by all. Modern accounting. Yeah. And there was also a question on what is critical path. So I think everybody has gotten an idea of what all questions that they expect you to know. There is no similarity between the questions Indian Oil asked me and Indian Oil asked my friend. So, you can never expect, but you might have gotten a clear overview of the fact that they will expect you to know about the financial metrics of the company, and if you're appearing for a PSU, then who's the minister of the respective ministry that the PSU falls under. So, all of these things you need to take into consideration. And if you know all of this, then nobody can stop you from cracking the interview.
So once again, I thank you for sharing all the questions. It was an interview to know about your journey, your experience, but you have also tried to share the questions of the other companies which were asked to your friends. So it is double 2x we have got from this video. So once again, Rohini, I thank you so much for joining, for sharing your experience, and I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me on your channel. It's a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.